So Trump got everybody mad early in the morning because he tweeted asking if Bubba Wallace apologized for the little noose stunt that happened a couple weeks ago. And for some reason, everybody kind of forgot and started having a false memory because it's Trump tweeting about something. And they were all coming to the defense of Bubba Wallace, saying that he doesn't need to apologize. When I'm sitting here playing this whole situation back in my head, he does need to apologize. He needs to apologize for, one, calling individuals who doubted the story simple-minded, and two, going along with the notion that he's the victim of a hate crime without NASCAR or the FBI finishing their investigation, because he went on all these different TV stations just sitting there soaking up the stop story, sitting there soaking up the limelight. And it's just, why? Why would you put out these type of statements when you don't have a definitive answer to this situation? Why are you doing this? These were the reasons. Him on these TV stations, I was hoping that this whole thing was true, that him speaking about the Confederate flag got somebody so riled up they want to send him a message to try to shut him up. I wanted this to be true because I didn't want this dude to become a laughingstock, to become a joke, to be compared to Jesse Smollett. I really didn't want that. Did I have my laugh about it? Yes, but in my heart of hearts, that is not a situation anybody should be in. If you voice your opinion about something that you feel shouldn't be there in any sport, let alone the sport you participate in, if you feel as though that shouldn't be there and you voice your opinion, you shouldn't have to wake up the next day, go to work, and see a message that is obviously something that could feel as a threat to you. I wanted that to be real so I could sit here and lambast anybody who would do something like that, who would agree to something like that. But the problem is, it wasn't the case. It wasn't a hate crime. It wasn't an attack against his speech. It wasn't hate speech. This is something that's been in that NASCAR garage for 8 months. And if you want to circle back even further, I think 2 or 3 years ago, go look up the video. It's that same garage. They're doing a garage door tour where that same rope, that noose, it's everywhere. Every time, just take a look, just analyze the video of where they stop at. You see the rope. So this is something that's been there. Why is it there? I don't know. Is it for the garage doors? Probably. Why is it tied like that? I have no idea. I don't tie ropes for a living. I don't know much about rope tying. The only ropes I tie are the ones on my shoes. That's it. I don't get into rope tying and none of that. But to sit here and think that he doesn't owe people an apology, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself, because whether if you want to call it a hoax, a fake story, a tattletale, whatever, the situation wasn't real. None of it was real. This whole media swirl where everybody said their piece about it. Everyone said, oh, this is a tragic situation. Oh, this is tragic. He shouldn't have to go through this. It wasn't the case at all. So it's not just him that needs to apologize. It's everybody who went along with that narrative. But just like Jesse Smollett, it seems like everybody just went along with the next story because they don't want to touch it. Because if you talk about it, oh, that just makes everybody look bad. And apparently you hate black people because you spoke out against something that was obviously not true. And when it's confirmed it's not true, everyone who spoke out in defense of it seems to have gotten quiet. He does need to apologize. Whether if you like Trump, hate Trump or not. Really, Trump ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all just mad because he opened his mouth. At the heart of this, Bubba needs to apologize. He does. And I don't care what anybody says about me and how I feel about this situation. Anybody who fakes a situation, white, black, Mexican, Chinese, male, female, if you are lying or if you're peddling a narrative that you are the victim in a situation and it turns out you're wrong, you owe it to everybody to apologize. Not to sit here and say, oh, why aren't you all shooting at these individuals who are protesting with Confederate flags? Oh, well, you won't see the police shooting at these Confederate flag holders with rubber bullets. What are you doing that for? To just own up to the mistake. I'm not going to sit there and hold this over your head for the rest of your life, because eventually everybody's going to move on until somebody else who's black comes up with another story that's either real or fake. And if it's fake, we're going to start the whole cycle all over again. That's clear cut and dry. But you can't sit here and say he doesn't have to apologize. Whether if he saw that rope or not, which he didn't. He still went along with, oh, this is tragic. How could somebody do this? You're fooling yourselves thinking he is absolved of anything. He's not. The person who found that rope and screamed, oh, this hate crime, he gotta apologize. He or she gotta apologize too. Don Lemon, who was eating this sob story up, he gotta apologize too. He has no problem doing everything else and lambasting white people and Trump in any facet of any imagination. But when it comes to this individual, seemed to not want an apology, seemed to not want to give one either. So enough with the, oh, we must defend all these black men. We got to do whatever we can. Oh, we got to sit here and stand together. He owes people an apology. He insulted people's intelligence for doubting a story. Not even just sitting there and saying, oh, it's fake. Oh, confirmed fake. The people who were just sitting there doubting it. Like, you call them simple-minded. You really going to sit here and say you don't owe them an apology? You're really going to sit here and justify someone insulting people's intelligence on a story that they were right about? I just stop that. Cut that out. Because I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet my life on it. If this was a full-on white person who claimed, oh, a black person sent me this racist note and I feel threatened, and that turned out to be a lie, all of you would be calling for his head. And that's the sad part. If it don't fit the narrative, y'all won't care. Y'all will defend the actions of a terrible situation that was a lie because it don't fit y'all narrative. He needs to apologize. Just that's just it. Whether if you hate Trump or not, ain't got nothing to do with it. He gotta own up to the fact that he and his camp made a mistake. And that's just it. And that's the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.